That'll do. And if not, oh well. But regardless, be proud. Be proud of the work we've accomplished today. Also, as far as Discord is concerned, well, Discord and stream, it does cut out. So you should probably be aware of that. But like, it comes right back if anything. So I don't want anybody to panic and be like, oh my god.
Oh my god, there's like Inception from watching the corner. That's awesome. Hello.
Oops. I might need to just merge these levels before I even bother. Oops. But yeah, so what are you working on anyway?
Oh, we're doing some lore art for Elu this year. So yeah.
Oh my god,
this is the first piece.
So just officially telling the story?
Tons of feedback for the other stream, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. So this is very like Netherlight Temple. Hello, we're going to school. Dalaran stuff.
So cute.
Yeah. What about you?
At the moment, I'm redrawing Asuna.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find out where I put her. There she is. That's not her. That's my reference that I wanted to make my color for. Aha. So
I was like, I see Janai things.
Yes. Oh my god. So I drew Asuna as my very first digital piece just to kind of see where I was. Be like, okay, how good am I? How bad am I? I don't know anything. I'm just going to do everything I know right here. So this was my very first piece. And she's, of course, my paladin. You know, I love my pally. So that was drawn in 2019. So I'm doing a 2024 redraw. It was supposed to be a 2023 redraw, but then, you know, life happened, so. It's a thing. Oh, Mickey, thank you for that follow. Hopefully
yeah, Mickey is a teamwork member, and they are a fellow priest. They play Shadow. Yeah.
Shadow priest.
Yes.
I still have my priest on here that I have not finished. To be fair, there's, oh my god, it wasn't supposed to be a lot of WoW art, but I even have Alexstrasza ready. Like, her sketch is ready. I need to do her line art, but I'm saving her for February for the, my god, I know it in English, I swear, Chinese New Year. I'm sorry.
If you don't know Vel's art, you're definitely in the right place. She does some amazing stuff.
I need to follow
commissions open.
Artists. I love getting
right. Commissions are open.
Yes, yes. Commissions are actually 100% open. Let me go back. So here's like my buddy Gehen. Here's his Demon Hunter. I do a stylized version of things, and I do like fully rendered pieces. Here is just Winter Queen, whatever, you know, just like but yeah, I wasn't doing full body commissions except for this one little bat chick, but I've fully opened everything. Everything is open again. I was limited last year, and last year was like the year of commissions. I had so many bloody commissions. But I'm good. I'm good. This year is 100% like ready to go. So
Yeah.
And then recently we were working on, so Neva, of course, Neva won our uh, end of the year portrait giveaway. So I'm not quite finished with her, but we've done a lot of work on her for the past few days. So like everything on my Instagram has been like Neva's character. If
Oh
anybody's been
yeah.
seeing that and they're like, "What is going on? What is this?"
I
that's
always
what
love
it
seeing
is.
your like mini tutorials on how you use the 3D references.
Oh yeah.
I'm so bad at those. I always and pose those for myself. I end up making them look like the lady from The Ring. Just like I need to watch a tutorial on those. I'm like I don't know how to pose those.
To be fair, the one that I use, for anyone that's interested, it's Magic Poser. So this is my asana posed, and she looks so different because it's like the real thing versus like all my stylization. So it's like it's so funny.
Mhm.
But yeah, Magic Poser, you only have to pay for it once, which is really cheap. It's no big deal. And yeah, I have like all kinds of other ones that I've used. Like I would say perfect for like it's not perfect for like the actual drawings because like even stylization, Elu, you're like, okay, this is how this
Mhm.
looks in reality, but like I'm gonna tweak it because it looks better this way. You know what I mean? So like I mostly use it for the lighting reference because my brain, I don't know, I have issues and I'm just like, lighting confuse me. But I love it. I really do. Oh, let me see real quick.
Yeah. I mean
Night Fate for life.
it's the thing where you're like I'm still learning some things about anatomy and especially if you're doing a cool angle pose, you're like I just need to know what's going on with this one part of the body or something.
Yeah, I even people don't usually ask me questions. Like I've always been like, ask me questions, guys, and then finally like somebody asked me a question once and I clipped it. I was like, here, this is Vel's explanation of how the neck connects to like the shoulder or whatever. And it was so funny. I'm like, I hope this helps somebody. It's soul shape. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I only got
Yeah, it's
personal
pretty funny. I mean,
information.
I'll do a lot of
Insecurity.
like posing myself. Like I'll just take pictures of my hands and if
Oh
I
yeah.
can do it like in the mirror or whatever. But there's just some angles or like I don't have
Mm-hmm.
like these fantasy outfits or whatever.
Or I'm like, I need another pair of hands. Somebody take a picture of me doing weird shit. Yeah, great.
I'm like, take off your shirt. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm working by the way. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like, why do most like female artists draw female characters? Let's be honest, because we can actually look at ourselves in a mirror naked and it's okay. That's the
Right.
only reason
In
why.
in college, one of my best friends and I were roommates, and she was really a good sport because I'd have her like pose for me. But people would come over and were like, "Why are you in your bathing suit?" Like pose like some sort of contortionist, not like in like a spicy way, but just
No, but
like
enough that you're like, okay, there's something going on here.
yeah.
God, so funny. Well, either way, I'm just happy to be doing art today. Whereas, I mean, I did art yesterday, but I also removed a tree from a roof yesterday, so that was fun. Mountain living. Oops. Oh, there it goes. To say it was gonna cut out for a second. Sorry about that. But yeah, no, removed a tree from a roof, and it was very hard work.
Yeah. Yeah, but like this project in particular, the first I'm trying to do these in order of like how the story goes, and the first picture is like, it's always, as you know, ambitious and like, great, I have to do architecture.
But also location, yeah. You have to, get that setting. Trust me, God, I want to get into my Arion art for my novel, but I'm like, maybe I should just write the novel first and then worry about the art later, because oh my god.
Yeah, I think we definitely have talked about this before, but
Oh yeah.
I'm always torn between, because writing it out is important either way, whether or not you actually write an actual book. But I mostly want to do the art for it, but I'm torn. Like, do I actually write it for consumption, right? Versus doing a
Honestly,
graphic
with
novel only?
how with how fast you produce like pictures and stuff, like how fast you draw, I honestly think you'd be fine just doing the graphics for it. Because that's
Hmm.
usually my problem. I'm like, I just can't get shit out fast enough. Like, I, like I can get characters out, but like doing whole scenes and stuff, like that's a whole other beast for me. So I'm like,
Yeah. I'm doing a little bit of both. Like, I'll do context and some like mini scenes to go with the art, but at the same time, like, it's hard not to share the whole thing. But I'm not, when I share it with like patrons, I'm like, I'm not posing this as a writer, but it might be kind of cool to share it.
well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you follow her too. Do you follow Fabelina?
Yes.
Yes, like just like her stuff. She's literally the one that's like, okay, clearly this is easy and I should do it. Hi, 𝐶𝐿. But like, I mean, she's been doing this forever. So, oh my god, I freaking love her stuff. I love how like fast she gets it out, and she's like, oh my gosh, she's just so inspiring.
Yeah, I've been following her graphic novel, but don't I haven't like read it in
In
full.
full, yeah, me neither.
So I don't know if there's a part of it that she actually does more than what is in the graphic stuff. But now it's like what it's she's made it public a few times, so I should probably just like sit
Well,
down and read it.
she I wanted to do the Kickstarter for the book. I don't know if she'll ever print it again, but like, oh, I would love
Mm,
to.
yeah.
But
It's kind of a silly thing, but I don't like, for a lot of the folks that do those, I don't want to read them uh like straight through, because especially for artists that I really love, because I don't want to like be super influenced by it,
yeah, that too.
like even subconsciously. I know that's so dumb, because I mean,
It's not
they've
because
already
everything you
inspired you so much so
yeah,
far.
but like everything that you do, like it's gonna inspire you no matter what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally get that.
If anyone knows me, they know that I overthink everything like that.
Yeah,
So
of
it's just par
course.
for the course.
Say
Yeah.
my big beast right now is simply that like since now I can stream. Yay, I'm streaming from the mountain. If anybody
Hmm.
does not know, this is a new thing. Even though it does cut out sometimes, I apologize. If you don't like that, you can always wait for the VOD. Twitch has a thing where it connects all of the missing pieces, so I apologize. But poor Elu, she if I cut out, she just
Oh.
has to wait for me to come back. There's there's no helping that. But yeah, I'm trying to get time. I actually have a little model base drawn. I'm trying to decide how I want to do it, but I want to rig my own stuff. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm like, that's such a big project for me to like achieve, is to try to do the rigging stuff. So I'm like, okay, great. But like one project at a time. One big project at a time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Swedish
Everyone's so
Wiki!
different though. I just feel like, people have, there's not a whole lot of risk for one to one, you know, copying that, but at the same time, it's good to be cognizant of it, I guess.
But yeah, so I couldn't decide because it was like, okay, if I want to take the time and effort and spend the money on subbing to do animation and rigging, then like I need to have a character ready. So that's kind of where I'm stuck because I was like, do I do my Draenei? Do I do Vel? Like I don't know. I don't know what I
Oh
should
no.
do. Cause like your first
Yeah.
model, right? You're like, oh, I gotta do something, but it's gotta be good.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but honestly, I think because it's such an investment, especially for a learning one, I was thinking something that might be less overwhelming would be like a chibi something, right?
Maybe, but I suck at chibi. I have tried
Or
that and
something
failed.
kind of like, yeah, yeah, like something like low investment, kind of like that in your own
It's
style.
like because the art part isn't hard. It'll be the learning to rig and move everything, which is no big deal. Like, I mean, we've talked about this before, so I've done what is that damn thing called? After Effects. I'm like AE, what is it?
hmm
So, like I've got the experience from that, but it's like, I don't know though. I gotta figure out how to cut up these body parts, which no, I promise I'm not gonna murder anybody. Um,
Oh my God. I don't want to scare you, but I
but
feel
it's a
like hair,
lot, yeah.
especially if you want like beautiful flowy hair, that was the big thing because I didn't rig mine, but I
Yeah.
definitely wanted to draw mine and cut it up, and you can have somebody cut it up for you, but I thought it would be a good learning experience.
Yeah, well, that was the thing too, because I'm like, I don't know any riggers, and I just want to ask questions because and I
hmm
was like, or I could just, not even worry about it. Let's just save up like a whole bunch of money and have somebody do everything. But then I'm like, I don't want to wait that long.
Oh yeah, I can refer you to the person that does all my stuff, and he's like really reasonably priced. He's super talented. He's always available.
Yeah, I'm just
Um,
like, I don't mind doing all of the work, the art and the cutting and everything, but I'm like, I just need to know like what people prefer.
Let me see if I can get his tag right so I can link him here. He's really good. I personally love him because he does a lot of Eldritch VTubers, and he's like a super big metalhead.
Oh, how
So
awesome.
I'm like, I absolutely love you. And I found out like just chatting with him that he used to play WoW as a disc priest. And I was like,
Oh, no way.
I love you.
Be like, you
Yeah,
have no
that's
idea.
his.
We're creating a club by accident.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mickey. This is V2, but I wanted to make like a high res one. My V1 was really fun to do, but I did the art, and um that's the lovely person who did the rigging.
Okay, gotcha. Whoop, 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 whoop. Everything's moving. Here we go.
I may do one for Kiosha
Let
art
me.
wise at some point here. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to do the art. But I don't know that I'm actually gonna cut it up. I don't think I would do that ever again. But I mean, he also like he's like I would do that, but yeah, it is probably usually it is a little bit more of a cost.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For sure. Oh,
So
cool.
I'll
I
follow
didn't know
him,
if
but
he was
I.
streaming right
Yeah, it was.
now.
I'll follow, but I can't deal with more than two streams at once.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Oh my god.
I think I found him because I just follow a bunch of Eldritch VTubers, and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah. Like I do have a backup though. Like I have someone that like I love the way they do stuff, but I'm like they're
hmm
probably never going to be available, but they're in on a list.
Yeah. I know
'Cause
it's
I'm
really
like,
hard to find
if
because
I
yeah, a
screw
lot of
up, I need a professional.
yeah, I get that. But like a lot of the people, because I usually the recommendation is to look through like socials because you can find people that have examples of their work
Mhm.
that way. And but a lot of those people are booked up too. The
Yeah.
really obviously the ones that you want because they're great.
Yeah, always. It's like, cool, it's fine.
But I just happened to find someone that did the themes I like and was relatively like he has like a month-long wait list usually, but
Oh, that's not bad.
that's nothing
So
compared
that's
to
like how my wait list was. I only had 2 slots for like a whole month, and people were like, "I would like a spot," and I'm like, "Well, you gotta wait."
yeah.
I will say though, like at least being another professional, at least I understand like there are certain things where it's like, okay, there are wait times, there's this, there's that, and I totally accept like. And people are always like, oh, like I'm so expensive, and I'm like, if you're good, you're expensive. Don't feel bad about charging a lot for your work. So I'm just like, oh, you guys, I totally get it.
Yes. Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of nice that you can do that as an option, but you'll have to link the person that you're actually interested in going with for that. I'm curious
Mm.
now. I love seeing how people do that stuff too, especially because 2D has become so good.
Void Weaver, oh my god, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see uh the visuals for that, especially like because I started playing disc and keys like exclusively, and disc will get
Yeah.
that because Holy won't. It's kind of a Venn diagram as far as like um what I guess
To
the
be fair,
talents are, whatever.
we've been
What are they called?
waiting for Disc to finally have some love for a while, so it's fair.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Did you vote in the like tier set thing for next season too?
I don't have anything. I have not played since 2 weeks before Christmas, so I'm way
Oh yeah.
behind. I don't know anything, and it's like I have like 2 months of game time like saved up so I can go back at any time, but I don't have the time to play. It's like I'm constantly working.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot, and it's just like your prio is obviously your work, which I get.
Ugh,
Sure.
Swedish
Now
whoopee.
that you have reliable internet, what do you do first? Obvious choice.
Well, I mean, it's been reliable for gaming for a while, and that's fine. But now that it's reliable for streaming, I'm like, oh crap, I'm legitimately
Hmm.
back to work. So I'm literally the 30th, I tested it, and I was like, yeah, no, we're not going to be able to stream. We'll probably stream in 6 months. I tried it on the 30th, and it was fine, except like, of course, for like the little 2-second glitch that it has, which is fine. People are like, oh, it's buffering. And I'm like, well, there's really nothing you could do about that. But it's still better streaming than I anticipated. I anticipated that it wouldn't work at all. So, um, yeah, it's just kind of rough. So I'm like, okay, I'm just magically, I had the 31st to set all of my stream shit up, and I'm suddenly streaming again. Like, it's like I don't even know, you guys. It makes me sweat. Okay, that's how stressful it is. It makes me sweat. It's like because um I'm also doing the YouTube stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So the YouTube stuff and now the streaming stuff. Yeah, yeah,
I always think that's really cool. That's a lot of work, but if
yeah.
you enjoy it, that more power to you.
I mean, for one point, like all I had was YouTube, so there was no choice. But now that it's You know, now I'm like, oh, I can stream again. I'm like, oh. I'm going down a rabbit hole because, like, now I want to update my stream and I want to do all these things. Yeah. So, but it's fine. I enjoy it though. I really do. I have wanted to come back to streaming for so long. Like, it's so depressing to say this, but like I don't know why, but I love my stream. Like, I love my stream so much. I literally was like dying without it and so depressed. So now that I'm back, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I always think that like for streaming, it's always good to like do it when you feel like you have the energy to do it, because it's something where people feel the energy, good or bad. And I don't like showing up when I don't feel my best.
Yes.
And there was so much going on through the end of the year, you know, good and bad. So I wanted to like show up and hang out with everyone, even though like hanging out with people makes things 10 times better.
Yeah, sometimes the stream makes you like feel way better. The RP of it all. Oh, and also Wookie. I don't know how well you've been keeping up with me, but thank you for that stretch. Yeah, also, so I haven't been here like on the mountain since October. So in October, I went and had surgery on my wrist. So yeah, that was a thing, but everything's all good. So, but
how long did it take you to like get fully or even fully recovered?
Technically fully recovered, yes. I had surgery on November 2nd, and um it took, okay, so you would think, oh, I'm getting it on my wrist right here, and so clearly you're not going to be able to use your hand. No, 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 no. You cannot use your whole arm. Like, I would use my elbow to like hold a box and just try to like rip
Oh my
the
God.
paper. Oh my God, it was the most entertaining,
learning, like,
but also
what's
stupid.
connected.
Yeah, like the whole thing is, you're like, I have this itty bitty wrist surgery. What could possibly like be a problem? Everything. You can't use your whole arm. You cannot do anything. You think you can, but I'm gonna tell you all right now, you cannot. So, yeah, and then it was funny because all of my family had surgery. Like, my grandma had foot surgery. My nephew broke one ankle and shattered the other. He had surgery. And my great aunt had a hip replacement. This was her second one. And she was not taking her meds. So, like, I had just had surgery and I was trying to take care of my grandma who would not stop walking on her foot. And at one point, I had an episode. I actually passed out. I think I had a seizure. I'm not entirely sure because I was by myself. But I've passed out before multiple times. This sounds bad, but I promise you it's not bad. But like, this was a thing in college, and so I'm like, I've passed out in college a lot. I know what it's like to pass out, and I'm like, I don't see things when I pass. I straight up saw shit when I was having my episode, okay? You guys, like, I could see my thoughts. They were like in color and they were like swirling, and I was like trying to grab just one thought and hold on to it because I was like, you know, so I just want to hold on to one thought. That's all I wanted. I was grabbing for these colors, and I'm like, I know that was more than that was more than just passing out.
Jesus.
I was having something happen. I don't even know.
You're having a spiritual experience.
But then what's sad is the same thing happened to my mom, and my mom was the one taking care of my great aunt with the hip replacement. So I'm like, okay, and everyone's like, oh, I want to go into the social health care, blah blah blah. I want to help old people. I'm like, no, you fucking don't. No, you don't.
Oh my god.
Taking care of old people makes you have seizures and shit. Don't do it. The stress was so bad. So finally, yeah, it came to a point where I was like, not even caring, and she was kind of like, you're not gonna yell at me today? Because I've never yelled at my grandmother like ever in my life. I yelled at her, And I'm like, I don't give a shit. If your fucking leg breaks, I don't give a shit. I could put you in a wheelchair and we can still go shopping. So that's on you. And she was just like, okay. I don't care if you gotta get your leg cut off. I'll still take you shopping. We can still have a good time. I don't give a shit. Go for it. Walk on that damn leg.
Jesus.
So yeah, it was a little rough.
Motivated. But yeah, like being faced with your own mortality or potential future working at some place like that, I don't know if I could deal.
Oh, thank you, Mickey. Yes, it is going well. Like, that was a long explanation, but yes, my recovery, everybody's recovery is going well, I will admit. So it just took a while to get in the right spot, in the right headspace for everybody.
Jesus.
Oh my god. But it was very interesting. But I'm glad that I wasn't like doing anything. I'm glad I didn't have any commissions at the time, anything. It was a lot. It was rough, and I really just needed the time to get through it. Oh my god. But now 2024. Nobody have surgery, nobody fall, nobody do anything stupid, and we're fine. Go family. Go Vel clan.
It's going to be fine. This is fine.
Oh my god, Swedish Wookie would know. Okay, Swede. Seriously though, I'm starting to see it. My grandma will be one of those dementia patients. It's like I'm not finding it to be hilarious and a good time though, because she irritates the shit out of me. I'm like, Grandma, stop fighting me, because that's how she is. She's a fighter. And I'm so sick of hearing the phrase, "Oh, I'm just yeah, you're just gonna sit your fucking ass down." Because she'll be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna grab this. I'm just gonna do that," and she's like walking around for 20 minutes. Ugh, I swear.
So this is probably the most naive thing to say ever, but like, why isn't dementia ever a positive, goofy thing? Like, why don't you ever?
I think because of the caretaking, the stress that it is actually trying to get people to do what they're supposed to, and they won't. That's my personal, like, because
it's like schizophrenia possibly being like, I have the delusions of being in, World of Warcraft versus like I hear people talking about me in my head all the time, right?
Yeah. Like there are actual moments, if you take away the fact that, you have to get these people to do what they're supposed to, like take their meds and all that. It is possibly hilarious and a great job. But other than that, it's like, I think people don't realize the real work that it takes, because wow. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, but I think it's hilarious. You're like making me crack up today with that. Your relationship with your grandma is awesome.
I mean, I'm more concerned about the fact that she's gonna go out and actually, because her new favorite word is wanker. So she loves to run around and be like, bastards. So now she wants to run around and say wanker, and I'm like, okay. Mind you, she's still fully aware of herself right now, but I'm
that
worried.
Donate is old. Sorry, guys.
I'm worried about the future.
Turn that off. Oh.
But yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with, like, outside of just regular work. So this is why I've been kind of just not here. But I'm on the mountain and I'm like, I'm home. And then that tree fell. I was like, fuck.
Oh yeah, I need to remind you about the Crown Arts thing coming up too. I know you want to potentially do those. I think you're in the Discord now, right? Well,
I am, but I'm probably not going to do it just because this sounds really mean, but I'm just gonna be fully honest and transparent here. For anyone else that ever thinks about joining some of these things, um, I would love to, but the problem with events and all these holdings and things is despite people may think they're great communicators, they're really not. And I get tired of going in circles and trying to run around and catch people at the right time to be like, "Hey, I'm interested." So I'm just not. I'm just going to stick with my own stuff and hope for the best.
oh yeah, if your schedule is kind of crazy, it's a lot of work. Yeah.
It's
I
not
have to like,
crazy. It's actually pretty solid. Like I'm now the one who can like adjust my stuff and fit anybody, which is absolutely fantastic. However, like yeah, when I was interested, I was busy trying to like chase them down, and then oh no, they were closing the Discord because they weren't, doing anything at this time, and I'm just like I'm not playing these games. I'm fucking no. No thanks. Like I just can't.
yeah, I have a hard time following a lot of discords too. It is a lot of work, which I don't blame people for, do what you need to do, but
Like if it's the only
it's
thing I was doing, it would be fine,
mhm.
but it's not. It's like, okay, look, I'm a professional too. I have to schedule my own shit, and like I mean like it's not a problem necessarily, but it just doesn't work for me personally, and I'm like, okay, I understand that it is just me. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
Hello,
sure.
Sir
It's
Gru.
not easy.
Okay, here's
I
Swede. So
wish.
yeah, Swede professionally does like take care of people. I took care of a woman that was deeply religious, and her dementia made it so she had a very dirty language. Oh my god. He has the best like stories though, for sure. So I don't think okay. Swede. Oops, it's not that. It's this. Iluviana. Say if you guys haven't, this is Elu. We are streaming with Elu today. Absolutely hang out in her chat. She's wonderful. And she would be happy to hear your stories too. Anyway, how's that architecture coming?
It's it's doing its thing. I'm trying to adjust some volume here. I think yeah, so if you don't already know, my regular mic is kind of being weird. So we are actually capturing audio today through Vel's stream, sadly.
Sorry, guys.
Um yeah, it's
Hopefully mine
fine.
doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah, so I'm adjusting things a little bit so we can hear a little bit more, but I'm not sure. I had to do a Windows update this morning, which was probably not the smartest move because usually I try to set up my tech and not touch it because things like this happen.
Yeah,
But I did get for those of you who are kind of audio nerds, I did get a cloud lifter for my mic,
I have
which just like
no idea what
boosts the what's it called? I can't think of the word, but it makes the sound a little bit cleaner, and I can turn up the volume a little bit more on my audio. So I
that
do
is.
need
Yeah.
to
We're gonna have to check on that.
update that today. So hopefully that's a positive, but I'm not going to do that before stream. It's going to be later today.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, I also mod in Elu stream, and I'm usually the one that's
Yeah.
like, Elu, there's a problem. I can't hear you.
Bless. Yeah, yeah. I met Vel when I first started streaming, and she
Actually, I'm the one who
uh,
told you to stream because I was like,
yes,
I was like
yes.
oogling over this beautiful artist on Patreon, and I'm like, excuse me, but you should really try streaming. You're so amazing. I didn't think she
Yes.
actually would though, but like, oh my god, I'm so glad she
It's
did.
been so long that I forget all the history. So yes, thank you for the reminder.
I
Yes.
I only know that I got you started. Like that's all I know. I don't know anything
Yep.
else.
Yep. This is all because of Vel. Absolutely. It just takes one person to be like, "Hey."
Yeah. Oh, you have been following Elu.
Um,
Okay, yeah, yeah. Actually, I think Swede, I'm not even gonna lie, now that I think about it, Swede says he's been following you for a long time. Swede, I'm pretty sure it was you that
oh,
I was talking
right.
to where I'm like, hey, we need to get this girl to stream. I think he was in on it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, hell yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Belle was there. You probably remember this. Because tech is a huge hurdle for a lot of streamers, especially right away.
Oh, thank you for
And
that
Belle was
follow
there. I don't have a lot of like
love.
emotional breakdowns, but I literally had one with tech. Like one day, I was like, Vel, I'm gonna lose my shit. I am so frustrated. How the hell do you deal with this?
Well, and to
Because
be
you have to learn
fair,
so much.
I have to mention Elu uses like fancy ass tech. I don't know anything about her Elgato or whatever she's got. I don't even know what you have anymore, Elu. Like, oh my god.
It didn't start that way, but like, yeah, over time, you're like,
Elu
I
outgrew
really want to
me
change.
as like a helper real fast. Now I ask Elu for help. That's how that works. The apprentice has become the master.
You must be so proud.
I'm proud because it's like, at least now I have somebody I can ask who's not going to be a complete jerk. I'm like, just point me in the
Oh
right
no.
direction. Oh, speaking of, so part of the rigging thing, like I was trying to ask, like I just needed a basic answer for like the little VTuber thing that I have because I saw Shiva had something on Etsy. Like she was selling like
Hmm.
an add-on kind of thing. And I was like, how does this, I just need someone to tell me how this works so that I know how to do the art for this, right? And so
Oh, is
she
it the spell tome things?
no, it was like she just had like eyes and I'm like, how do you make the eyes different? You know, blah 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 blah. I was really frustrated because I'm like, I just want what I want, but it's so simple. Just somebody answer my goddamn question. And Shiva like
Mm.
is such a goddess. She sent me like a big blocks of text. She was like, this, follow this person, follow this person, and follow this person. They'll tell you how to do everything. And I'm like, thank you. It's all I needed. So yeah, bless fucking Shiva. And thank
Oh
you
yeah.
for introducing her to me because, like, oh my God, sometimes you just need a little bit of fucking help. I'm like, I don't need somebody to hold my hand. I just need you to point me in the right direction. That's all I want, you know?
Oh yeah. I'm not friends with mean people. Like she's one of those people that's the what you're talking about, like just really helpful. I've definitely tried to do that when she asks me questions too. I tend to be a little extra, but hopefully you know, there's some stuff in there too that's helpful and maybe she's like, "Oh, I didn't know that I didn't want that information or I didn't think I wanted that information. Maybe it's great in the end." But yeah, I'm more than happy to help with stuff like that because I understand that it's really hard to get started or the information's not easy to find. My
Yeah.
God, is it not easy to find?
People are like, just look it up. And I'm like, do you realize how many hours I spend on Google? Like, you don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of I get it. A lot of it is outdated or like the people that share stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
The
It's
way that
like
people share
old.
it is they're not teachers, they're just sharing it the best way they can too, and maybe it's not understandable to everyone with the way they learn, or who knows. That stuff
Taking me.
changes so all the time.
Yeah. But oh my God, it's just such a pain. But I'm really so proud of like all the people that I know. I'm like, oh thank goodness, someone help me.
Yeah,
Which is
but
like why I don't mind being like taking like 2 minutes out to be like, someone wants to know how I do this with my art. Well, I'll tell you how I do it. I don't know if it'll help you, but I'll tell you.
I am a monster. I don't do this the right way, I'm sure, but let me just share anyway.
Like, let me just introduce you to the chaos of the void real quick. Yes, this is what we do.
I always talk about this, but like I'll do certain things the hard way. I know
Oh, I
like
know. Oh my god.
Mishi probably like cringes somehow, like she feels a disturbance in the force when I don't use vector lines to make my life easier, but
𝐈𝐈, I swear to God, I don't use vector lines either. So shh.
Yeah, I mean, over time too, like it does take longer to do that, but I also really enjoy the process, and over time you get faster. So, it doesn't really matter. You have to enjoy the process too, but it is good to know that how to do it, I think.
Yeah, it probably is. It's like, I hate messing with vectors so much. I'm like, that is not the side of Photoshop I'm like familiar with, where and I admit it. I'm like, I am the whole we're gonna put on a brush and we're gonna paint kind of thing,
I still use the like basic what is it called, the brush. I have like the 800 brush set from Friendin for Clip Studio, and I still use the stock basic bitch like
Yeah.
line
Yeah.
pen that comes with the program.
Like,
But
I
Vel, I
try.
totally use the light and layer effect all the time and think of you. So there's
Aw.
that. I'm
Yes.
not totally a fuddy
I
duddy.
am I'm in love with like the what are they even called? Just are they just modes? But yeah, all the modes, like
Mhm.
the friggin' lighten mode, color dodge mode. Oh my God, I love all of it.
I abuse the hell out of the screen mode. I mean, it just works for fantasy stuff. You gotta get all those glows in.
Yeah, I'm like, that's kind of the whole point, like all the glowies. So yeah. Speaking of which, I
God.
totally have to update my stupid. Speaking of updating my Twitch stuff, I need to update my badges and emotes and stuff. The emotes will take a while, but the badges, I have a Suramar set. I made it based on Suramar, and I have these like glowy pearls, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go back to my glowy pearls because I can't fucking stand this shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I
like,
I
I
was like,
can't.
it's a new year. I have to do that too. How dare you remind me?
Okay, let me
Every
see.
once in a while, I'll, like troll Etsy because Etsy is really good for that stuff if you're not particularly creative or artistic or just feeling like you want somebody else to do the work for you and willing to credit them.
Yeah.
Because definitely credit somebody else that does that work for you. But honestly, it's inspiring because I look at stuff and I'm like, oh, I want that. I'm gonna get that. Or like I should probably do that myself, especially if you're like, I want that, but I kind of want to tweak it in a million ways to where it's not even that person's work anymore. Might as well just draw it myself. It's not voidy enough. I want that, but
Yeah.
make it void.
That's the problem though, because it's like like you want to, and you're trying to explain this to people. You're like, yes, more void, and they're like, I truly don't understand what this person wants from me. It's like that's why we have to do it ourselves because nobody else is going to understand our demented like. Although I have to admit, you're the only person as demented as me, and you understand me. Like it's like okay, so guys. Elu is all void and I'm like all cosmic. So, I mean, you're getting both worlds here, the purples and the blues, because we just
The
can't help
perfect
it.
Venn diagram.
Like, I can't help it. I just want it to glow more. It's not vibrant enough, which was honestly what happened when I was making my overlay. So if you see I have cosmic on mine and void over on yours, I could not get the void part to like glow beyond like that pink, and I was so mad at it. I have like so many layers just to make it glow. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna make you work. You need to glow for Elo.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I
Cause
need
like
to
as soon
do
as I said it
something
in
else
Discord, I
too.
was like, boom, on Photoshop making shit.
Oh
Like you
yeah.
can't trust me. I get an idea and I'm gone. Like I run at 1,000,000 miles an hour. You have to be like, wait, Vel.
Yeah. I'm like, don't do any more of this. Don't do any more glitter or hollow. And then I'm just like, oh
But
well,
how
whatever.
dare? Like,
I
how
know.
dare you say that, especially to me? How dare
Maybe I
you?
should do
How
something
dare you?
different. Oh well. My hand
No,
slipped.
my hand slipped. You guys, like, Elu knows. I had a mental breakdown like a while ago because I was like, I'm like, am I crazy? I love black, but I also love hollow stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like a pastel goth. What's wrong with me? And it was like, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm like, okay. I love you. She'll put me back in my place.
You realize that's called enabling, but oh well.
Yeah, well, I'm an instigator,
It's
so
not
I don't know what
bad
you're talking
enabling,
about.
right?
Oh
It's
no,
not
what just
bad enabling,
happened?
right?
What happened? Oh, the Evie, thank you for that follow. I'm like, I just see things exploding. What happened? Not even paying attention. Sorry. I swear I'm being a good streamer. I'm paying attention. Not really.
Probably not do destructive editing. Right? That's a thing.
Glow. I love glowy bits layouts personally. Yeah, see? See? This is why. See, you are my people. Come to me. Flock to me. Together we shall rule the world. Me. We're going to do it. I'm not totally making a cult. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, it only takes like one person to be like, oh, hell yeah, more hollow. And I'm like, it's decided.
Or foil. Oh my god, the foil. Oh my god. Every time you make something in foil, I'm like, bitch, I need to get my silhouette out. I have not even used the foil yet. And I'm like, what can I make? And I'm like, oh, I don't even want to drag it out till I have like a million things to make.
I know. I just got, so I have like a Cricut, like the full one. And I do so many little things now. I got the teeny one. I'm just like, this is a problem. And I have the foiling machine too. Okay, and it just started making funny noises like, you work me too hard. And now
no.
I don't think Pinterest moms use this thing as much as you've used me.
Probably not. But okay, where do you shop for your stuff though? Do you go to like Michael's? Do you go to Hobby Lobby?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Guys, like I'm gonna be so hard right now. Okay, you guys ready? Have you guys seen though that there's this thing called like Glow Up or something, but it's like it's actually I think it's a laser, not a printer, but like a laser cutter. Have you guys seen that in Michael's? I'm like, oh my god.
The Glowforge
mini. Yeah, Glowforge. Yes. Oh my god.
How dare.
I know. I'm gonna enable some
I've
people
been
right
eyeing
now.
the Glowforge, the full one forever. It's totally worth it. It's like $1,000. It's a laser cutter, and you could make like keychains. You can cut and engrave wood.
In the foil.
But it's the only unfortunate part is you need like full ventilation for it, so you can't like put it in your room even though it's like small.
Are you kidding? That's perfect for me. I have a workshop. I can open the doors. I have wood cutting shit because oh my god, we cut down our own trees. Oh my god. Don't instigate me, man.
Nope. Sorry.
Mountain living, you guys. Mountain living.
But yeah, I really, really want that. If you guys are familiar with like woodworking stuff, it's kind of like a CNC router, but it does more materials. And I've always wanted to do that too. I want it so bad. I just got a button press though, so I'm good. Technically. I'm going to tell myself that. But yeah, I was reading reviews on Amazon for that, and I'm just kind of sad because they say the support isn't really good, but everyone has complaints.
You don't need support. That. You just need to fuck with it yourself. Let's be real.
Watch a video.
Watch somebody else figure it out, and then just like put it on wherever, and then start like the mad rush where everyone will be like, "Oh my god."
To be fair, the people that
be the person who figures it out.
Yeah, there's people that are like complaining about the support, and then there's people right under it commenting that are like, if you watched a video for 5 minutes, you would know what the problem is and how to use it. And I'm just like, thank you for that, because that makes me feel better if I like make a purchase, because they're like $1,000.
Yeah, you don't want to spend that much right out the bat though.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna spend $1,000, I'm gonna read every review.
Yeah, like I want this fucking thing to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But between that and a resin printer, 3D printer, oh man.
I will say though, so when I first got my Cintiq, although I'm drawing on an iPad now, guys, I started with a Cintiq. Nobody
Damn.
said anything about like the weirdness of the pen pressure. And to be fair, if you guys have watched my streams like from the past week, you will see what I mean. Even iPad does it now, where like you have your hand on the screen and you're like, hey, let's draw a line, and it's like wah, 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 all over the place. I'm like, what the fuck? This is what Wacom does. This was my issue. But if anyone had ever like told me that it would do that, I would have like not even bought one because that was
Really?
$5,000. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't
That's
know why it does it. There's no support for it. I have looked and I'm like, this is bullshit.
that's crazy. Like I feel like obviously everyone has a different experience with these things, but I felt like Wacom was one of those things that right out of the box it was perfect.
I
And
think
I
technology just
used
hates me.
yeah, I had like a refurbished iPad, then I went to a Huon,
Oh, yeah. I do want to
and then
try
I
other stuff though, other brands
yeah, I hate saying
eventually.
that Huon didn't work for me. Their support was like send it back to the overseas and we'll give it back to you when we're done, which doesn't work for
It
me
doesn't work
cuz
for me.
waiting
Yeah.
3
Mm-mm.
months.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But yeah, Cintiq my Cintiq has been like I don't even notice that there's anything going on with it. If anything's been wrong with it, I just need to update the software. But it's been perfect. The only problem that I've ever had is the pen, the like
Oops.
little button on it. Like I always hit it, which is like the
Oh,
modifier
yeah. I
key.
have to turn it and not touch.
Yeah, I was like, I'm too lazy to figure out how to turn it off, so I just ripped off the button.
Elu.
That's how monster I am, but it's been the best decision I ever made.
You know how I felt? So I had the ergo grip. Like you had to slowly like take off your grip and put another one on, and that was my second pin. So I was like so gentle. I was so afraid I was gonna break it, and he was over here ripping shit. Oh my god.
I was like, what is this bullshit? Get it out of here.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're lucky I love you, or you would literally like kill me.
Yeah, don't worry. This is only one
I'm
of
a
the most
professional.
expensive things. It does they do I think they do give you an extra pen just in case, but like yeah, I that must be the most monster thing cuz the it is an investment piece of hardware.
Oh my god, I can't with you.
Yeah, don't if you can get help if you have ADHD. That is the lesson here.
I don't think ADHD has anything to do with it. Let's be honest. Like, this tech stuff pisses everybody off.
I have zero patience. I can't do it. I need to get to my work immediately. Don't you dare get in my way. But yeah, like I had was a Huon and like um it was just like every day I had something and it was just when you have work to do, it's just so
Yeah, it is.
debilitating.
It's such a pain in the
Um
ass.
and I really love the iPad. I know I think you said you had an iPad, but like Procreate is the best thing on the planet
Procreate is
ever.
almost the best thing on the planet. Let me tell you why. Because, here, because I'm using my iPad right now for anyone curious. Let me see.
Nice. Yeah,
So
I
this is
noticed that you use it a
Lavia.
lot, which is rad.
Well, actually, my stream viewers, thank you guys, by the way, because some of you are actually longtime followers. They paid for my iPad, so I have some debilitating diseases, and yeah, let's be honest, that most artists have
I don't mean to
problems.
laugh at
But I mean, I don't think of it as like
your
a
voices are
crippling.
fantastic.
I don't think of it as a crippling thing. Like it's who I am, whatever. But like yeah, most artists have problems, and I definitely recommend that everybody get an iPad to start with. It's the most
Yep.
affordable rather than buying a
Yep.
Cintiq where you're like you don't even know. Like it hurts my body to sit at a desk. So and I don't have a good chair. So like again, I have to spend a shit ton of money on a chair, but while I'm doing that, like at least I have the iPad. So everyone bought me an iPad so I could work from bed especially when I got really really sick. And so the iPad is great. However, you have these adjustments over here, and it gives you like the hue, saturation, brightness, the colors, the curves, gradient map. It does not give you like specific things such as contrast. It gives you the brightness on the hue thing, sure, but it does not fuck with contrast. And specifically, contrast is a problem for me because I over contrast stuff. And even when I'm editing photos, there's not enough contrast. So for me to go to like the contrast and immediately just play with the thing, there's no contrast on here, and it makes me so mad. It has liquify. Great, I love liquify. But again, like the list of adjustments is not enough. You need more. And I was working on that piece, and it's so dark, as you can see, that it was causing me problems, you guys. I was having issues. And I am a Photoshop queen. I know so many things about Photoshop, and everyone's always asking me about Photoshop. And it's like, well, I love Photoshop, but, you know, Procreate dumbed everything down so much, but it missed some of the very specific things. Also, you get your color modes, or excuse me, like your modes over here. You see I have the darken, normal, multiply, blah, 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 add, light, screen, all these things that, you know, I taught Elu how to use. Anyway, despite having those.
They're different than Photoshop, but yeah, I also come from Photoshop, and it ruins you if you get into a different program because you want all those things.
You have the modes, sure, but you want to know what you don't have? You cannot go to layer style, and blending options. And the blending options in the actual layer mode itself fuck me over, because like that's how I add like an outer glow, inner glow, if I need a stroke on something, if I need a drop shadow on something. You cannot do that in Procreate, and it is a big Photoshop like need. So anyone who uses this stuff and knows what I'm talking about, you know what I mean, because this is just not okay. We need some extras, Procreate, and you need to update real bad.
Yeah, I feel the same way. If you use Photoshop a lot, that's something that you will miss a lot in those programs. But one thing that ruins me for Clip Studio, which is what I use, is the text stuff, because I come from a graphic design background, and I really like the fine tuning of being able to do that in Photoshop and similar programs, and it just doesn't have it. But this is like
being able to modify
stuff,
the text and adjust it.
Yeah, like letting the space between the letters,
all and it's just
that,
like a little button,
or
not really a button, but a slider. Yeah, you don't get that. Fuck.
Yeah, you don't. I get pretty crazy. I should do a stream for that, what I do for that, because it's kind of insane. But
honestly though, like it would be very helpful. Like if you like, that's the one thing I do like about like doing the YouTube thing, where I'm like, honestly, if I've come across a problem and I've like found another way around it, I will happily make a video on it, because it's like, what? And I haven't done it yet, but I mean, I'm getting to that point where I'm like, okay, what are all the problems that I have that I need to like fix? Let me go construct a video real quick.
Yeah. But yeah, I do a lot of like my own stuff for like my backing cards for pins and stuff like that. And I think that people would find it boring, but maybe they wouldn't. So
the ones who specifically want like the knowledge would love it.
Yeah, I think it would be fun to share it, just to chill and hang out and stream. So might do one of those at some point here.
Yeah, so just to answer the obvious that's going on here in my chat. So yes, I use Procreate, but I still take my pictures into Photoshop to fix particular things, because it's like Elu says, and like 𝐕𝐴L says, like there's no text thing that you can do in Procreate. Like it is so basic and so terrible that I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any like perfect program, sadly. I end up, even when I just do art, I'll end up pulling my piece into Photoshop in the end, just to resize and to
it's
like
just the amount
adjust.
Of power.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how much power it takes to run a Cintiq? Well, okay, first of all, Elu, your whole setup, I know takes a lot of power. I know. Yours takes more power than mine, because you're running like a million programs. But like,
Mm-hmm.
So the point of like the tree that fell on that place, my grandfather's place, we were gonna use it for like that kind of thing. I was gonna do like a whole setup over there because I'm like, I need to get my Cintiq out. I need to get my big computer tower out. I need both my towers anyways. Actually, I may not because I have, for anyone that needs to know, I have four. I have two desktops and two laptops. I have four computers technically that work. I'm just using one right now. But like seriously, my setups used to be so complex that I'm like, okay, I need a lot of space for this, but that tree was making that whole building like insecure and unsafe. So now that it's gone, like we want to put our stuff over there, but at the same time I'm like, but I want my stream stuff over here, like in the house that I'm living in, so like I can just jump right on it. But like there's no room. There's no room whatsoever. So I'm fixing to figure out what I have to do with that because yeah, I'm gonna have to get back on my Cintiq. I need my Photoshop. I can't. I can do the Procreate for little things, but nah. In the long run, I do actually need to have the ability to get on my big shit.
So I have a question for you, because you have like a nice iPad, right? Like it has a lot of space.
Let me look at my thing on Twitch real quick because
So like
iPads are
Vel,
weird.
I started on an iPad. I started on a refurbished 9-inch, um,
Where are my
like super old iPad.
specs?
To give you an idea of how old it was, like it didn't even support Apple Pencil.
Ooh.
Um, yeah,
Ooh.
so I had to use a third party pen, which was a nightmare on its own. I won't even start on the story of like what that was like. But I will say that I could only use 20 layers at a time.
Oh
My
my god.
canvases were really,
That's
really
the other
small.
issue, the layers. I need like 50 layers and I can only use like 45.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask because like
Okay,
I
so I
had to
have an
constantly
iPad.
combine layers, which was very
Yes.
sad.
That's the only thing that kills me here because I used to keep the layers separate, completely separate in my Photoshop files and I could keep them that way and I liked it like that. But with this,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm constantly having to merge. But this is an iPad 11 inch. This is an iPad Pro 11 inch
Hmm.
second generation with an iPad pencil. So if anyone wants to know what it is, um, but yeah,
Which when you get into the pros, those are getting up there as far as like what they can do.
yeah, like they're really nice. Like again, this is seriously amazing for like when I want to be in bed and I've like especially if I just need to get like a sketch out or something, that's great. But like when I want to do my
Oh yeah.
rendering, this is partly why I had to go to stylized pictures. And for anyone who's in my channel right now, if you go to the about section, there are two ladies sitting right next to one another. The pharaoh looking one is stylized. The one on the right is like fully rendered. So that's the reason they look different. I cannot fully render in iPad. There are things I can do to make it look like it, but I cannot do it the way I used to. And that kind of kills me because I cannot do full on pieces. That's why, like, a few months ago, Elu, that's why I was really excited to like meet Mishi and be like, oh my god, people who like do the line art thing, and oh my
Yeah.
god, and I had to learn from you guys because I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I needed a style. I needed something styled so I could actually do some work and not like lose out on commissions and stuff. And I appreciate the time and the experience for it, but I do actually want to get back to like my way of doing things. It's really different, and especially if you go to my, if anyone looks at my YouTube, I have my mountain living stuff, but I also have like old time lapses of some of these art pieces that I have done that you would seriously go like, what the hell is happening? Like how is this happening? It's because it's done in Photoshop and I can't do that anymore right now. So I'm working on it though. I just need enough power. This is why we also do streams from 2 to 4. Now that I'm back streaming is also because we're on our own grid. We have 24 solar panels and we have 12
Hell yeah.
lithium ion batteries, etc. Anyway, point
I
being,
have to talk to you about your setup. I love that so
yes.
much.
So you need a lot of fucking power. And so the sun is at its highest and the brightest as long as the weather is good at this time. That is why I am streaming at the current schedule that I have set. So if anyone's curious about that, that is why. There are reasons and things behind why I do what I do.
Can you bank that power, or does it have to
With the
be like?
batteries, yes. Yes.
Oh, right. What's
So
the capacity on those?
I'm not entirely sure. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna
You
mute.
at least get a couple hours of it, right?
Well, yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna scream, so I'm
Okay.
gonna mute my mic. Okay, sorry. I had to scream for the professional. He's in like the other room. Okay, Dad,
We did
question.
hear you, by the way.
Oh, you did hear me? I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I muted stream, but Elu heard me. I'm so sorry, Elu. I just screamed at her. Dad,
It's
okay.
flavor.
What was the question? How much battery capacity do the lithium batteries, like how much do they hold?
It depends. They have like 4 different sizes.
They have 4 different sizes, Elu.
Yeah. So we have the 200
Okay.
amp hour.
200 amp hours, what we do? Okay.
Yeah. So each battery is 2.5 kilowatts.
2.5 kilowatts per battery right now.
Yeah. So we have 30 kilowatts.
30 kilowatts. Yeah.
Oh, I was
and
just
that's the
wondering
thing
how many
too.
hours you can get out of that.
How many hours can we get out of that?
Well, we do pretty good.
I was say I don't know, Elu, because the way it is, like in the summer with the sun constantly going, like the power never runs down at night when I'm here by myself and I'm like cooking and cleaning and I've got my PS4 going with a movie on and my computer on and
that's
everything.
good.
So yeah, if Dad and I like to watch people who do like the vans and stuff and they're like, oh yeah, I have my solar panel and I have my battery. They like people are all excited when they get like 15 and we've got 30. So we have so much.
Oh, hell yeah.
Most of the
That's
boats, some of the
awesome.
smaller boats
Yeah,
and
the
vans,
boats.
They only have like 5 kilowatts.
They only have 5 kilowatts. Oh my god. See, yeah, that's small compared to what we have.
Yeah. So you just have to be careful what you use.
Yeah. So you see, Dad's the electrician guy that can figure this shit out. I don't even know.
If we had a house in town, you'd need double what we have.
Okay, if you had a house in town, you would need about 60 kilowatts.
Oh, okay.
Like to power your actual house. Yeah, because that's the thing
'Cause
too.
you guys are off the grid for real.
Yeah, we're
right?
6,500 feet
Yeah.
on a mountainside.
Yeah, we're over a mile high.
We're over a mile high. Like we're on a legitimate mountain.
Our dream is to like be off the grid, even though we're technically in.
Oh, okay.
In
Dad
city
says
limits?
if there's no sun, there's no charging. We technically have the battery capacity to hold 2 days worth of energy, if that makes sense.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you, Daddy.
All
right. Nice. Thank you, Dad.
Oh my god, sorry. So anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's so like you can do so much with it these days that like it would be really cool if we could. That's our like goal is to be able to not depend on the grid even in town. But it's still a huge investment even with credits, I think. So
yeah. Well, that's the thing too, because like in town,
you guys have to do that.
we see people who have like the panels, and especially in California, because you know how they're trying so hard to get us all to have panels on our house, and it's like,
you get a
you have
pretty
like
big kickback,
but you still like they're barely taking like for how many panels they have, and I know for how little that actually puts out. The shit that they're giving you guys in terms of like power, you're barely taking a fraction of that off. Now, granted, that is a fraction of power you're still not paying for, which is great. However, that's the thing. I don't even want to know. If there's anybody who lives in California, you could probably tell me right now. But yeah, how much do you pay for power? Because I would not want to fucking pay for power off the grid. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know that states like Florida, you pay for power separately, to my understanding, I believe, because I have some friends and like the power that you pay for as like a renter at least is just obscene.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh, you still live in Florida, yeah? No, no, no. You lived in
Alabama.
the South, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, I lived in Alabama. I'm about to go to Florida for 4 days in February, but not to stay.
Don't move there.
Yeah, fuck no. Oh, fuck no. Okay, so my sorry, my other mod, Occult, or Tilly now, as he streams as Tilly. Yeah, no, he lives in Florida, and there's so many problems. You don't like the two worst states in the whole U.S. You guys, Texas and Florida. Not for political reasons, but legitimately for actual laws. And Alabama is like second right on that one because like I will admit, okay, so California is pricey. Yes, Elu knows this, but California has specific laws that protect homeowners and renters and things like that no other, well, not no other state has, but only 5 other states, especially like mold. Only 5 states in the whole U.S. actually protect the people who are renting, whereas like in Alabama, that's why I left Alabama, by the way. Yeah, no, there was mold in the apartment. It's like, well, that's just the way it is because you're living in a state that's, you know, a swamp. Well, then fuck this state. I'm leaving. So, yeah, I'm back in California.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it, but we've talked about this.
Spicyville. I'm sorry.
What for states like Washington where I am, if you're a small business, like you don't pay state income tax if you work for in general, but yeah, if you're a small business, which is what carries the state, you pay a lot. Like I pay the same percentage as Microsoft, but obviously they get perks because they are Microsoft and they have good lawyers. And it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, you don't get write-offs in California. When I was a contractor and business owner, you get to write off stuff, you know, expenses and all that, and I miss that, and I appreciate it now.
That's, yeah, I was
I
gonna say,
don't get
that's
any
so
of that.
ridiculous that you don't get that. But oh
But
my
I just
God.
learned, like, digital stuff is different, and for like stuff like Etsy, if you're a business owner in Washington State, if you sell stuff to somebody who bought product that does not live in the state of Washington, you do not have to pay specific tax on that to the state of Washington, but you have to go through every one of those transactions and call that out in your taxes. But I just learned that, and the state of Washington Department of Revenue will not tell you that at all.
Well, of course not. No, nobody will tell you that.
But
They don't want you
I
to
need
do
to still do that for the last like 3 years. I need to go back and itemize all of that because I paid on all of that, which is a lot of money. I think of all the transactions or purchases people have made from my shop, I can probably say that in the last 3 years, I would say it's less than 25 people from the state of Washington has purchased things. I'm pretty sure, which is absolutely outrageous.
Well, it's kind of like me, where it's like all my people are international. Like I have no really U.S. followers whatsoever. So it's like, you know, how do you account for all that? You know?
Yeah, they make you do a lot of work. I think digital stuff is and especially for commissions, because that's probably where the bulk of your transaction comes from, maybe for a lot of people. So I don't think you don't have a Etsy shop, do you?
No, because Etsy likes to charge you just for listing stuff. Fuck no.
Yeah. So yeah, if someone who, I mean, California is different, but like for me, I don't get commissions from people in Washington, so I'm not gonna pay taxes on that.
Yeah.
And those are big ticket items. But the state of Washington's like, it's just like I've had like foreign friends say like, your tax structure is really weird in the US because the government's basically like, you know, we know how much you owe, but we're going to make you file.
Yeah.
And you guess. And if you're right, we won't punish you or, you know, fine you.
Yeah. Luckily for me, I will say,
if you're wrong, you know,
you have a successful business. I like only have my commissions. Like that's it. And then of course, whatever I make on Twitch, which I guarantee you guys has never been over $600. It's, well, actually, no, I take that back. I think I made $800 once, one year. That's it. Like, I don't make a lot of money. So, I have to admit, there's no possible way that I can get in trouble for anything because I make so little money, nobody even looks at me. And I don't have an LLC. I just have my business. It is a personally owned solitary business. So that's the way to start. But if I ever got big, Elu, I'll be calling you for tax questions.
I am not here to give business advice, but I just learned something because I got a proper CPA.
Yes.
And bookkeeper, but like, I'm not going to give you business advice, but I will say the move is not to okay, there's some pretty convoluted stuff as far as like registering as an LLC versus something else. And I need to like send you some information on that. But it's not like stuff that is
to be
easy
fair,
to figure out.
I know
really
I would
confusing.
need a CPA. I know I would need a CPA for sure. So like I'm not gonna be like, Elu, give me advice, and then if it fucks up, oh how dare you? But
at least like here's a thing a point to bring up with them and get a consultation. But like I'm glad I did because it's just so much random stuff. But the state of California is really nice because when I was working as a contractor and as a sole proprietor in the state of California, if you don't make, it was something like, and don't quote me on this, if you make under X amount of money per year, you don't pay taxes flat out. I think you still have to file.
Yes.
But
that's been me the last 2 years.
Thing in the state of Washington.
I have made so little money that I have not paid any taxes. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, it's insanity. Like this all started because I had the Department of Revenue for the state of Washington on my ass because I did a convention one year and they required a 1-day business license.
What?
And
that was ridiculous.
I didn't make any money, but they were suddenly aware of me and they were like, now you have to file. And I was like, one, I didn't make any money and I was used to not filing if I didn't make any money.
Yeah, like why would you?
But they were on me, and at one point, because they do a projection based on some number, random ass numbers, and they were like, you owe like $40,000, and I was like, and it was like the first year I did art at all, and I didn't make any money, literally. And you're not going to go to jail for tax evasion, but you're going to like, I don't know. There's some pretty shitty repercussions.
Yeah.
And I had to like file taxes for $0 income on that. And it was just like a freaking nightmare. They are just so like, dumb. But the state is so dependent on small business income or business income because of not, having state income tax that I get it, but man.
But at the same time though, like that's just something that, yeah, like a lot of people just think, oh, I can just straight up like pick up and move and I don't have to worry about things. But it's like, honestly, you guys, if you ever decide to move to a completely new state, look up their laws on everything. Because even, let me put it this way, like even just doing car stuff, like I got into so much trouble because I didn't have like tags for stuff. And it was like, but I just did my tags, here they are. But like, so in Michigan, fun fact, that when you're in Michigan, you have to pay for your stuff. Pretty much they do it, the year is broken up into months by last name. Oh wait, no, that's Alabama, excuse me. That's Alabama. Anyway, so in May, H, because my real last name is an H, and it's a very long, it's not really long, it's a very short, German, complicated fucking name, and that's why I don't use my real name. So, I use Vel. But anyway, my last name starts with an H. And so H is in May, so we had to pay our car tags in May. But in Michigan, you had to pay them on your birthday, and I was born in December. So I'm like, what do you mean? I just paid my fucking tags because we were over here and blah, blah, blah. But every state is bloody fucking different, let me tell you. You need to know these things before you go. You can't just show up and expect it all to be the same. It's not.
Oh yeah, it's kind of cool, like, but at the same time, it's like some of that stuff is totally not clear. The state of Washington, the DMV it's the Department of Licensing, and it's privatized. Like, it's not a state department, so
That's
they
gotta be
don't
bad.
talk to each other at all,
No.
and it's kind of a roundabout thing, which is it's kind of interesting, but at the same time, it functionally it's very strange and not as convenient for sure. Because, like, especially if you're transferring stuff from the DMV in California, they're like, I don't have any insight into this information.
Oh, what is it?
Like, well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I sister like gave me her car that I gave her. Like, so we were transferring titles like twice within like a year. And it was just like, we don't have any proof of ownership. And I was just like, literally, the history of this title within the last like year or two is, oh my God, what?
Well, it's like when I sold my car to get my Jeep, she was like, why? Like, a few months later, she messaged me and she was just like, why are the, because I had to have the records for the smog, right? For the smog testing. We do smog testing in California, by the way, for anyone listening. So she's like, why is this in a different license? I'm like, I couldn't even change my license until I had the fucking smog test. So the smog test shows it's the old plate. Like, I'm like, call the DMV if you have a problem, because that's not my problem. That was a DMV request. That is a government issue, like status, blah, blah, blah. You can fucking ask them. Like, that is not my problem.
My understanding is smog is like it's like a random audit, or is it required now?
Well, it's required depending. Like, it's not randomly audited so much as it is like if you take your car in for certain things, or if you need it for things, like especially if you're changing titles of a car, like you need to have it just for the fact that, you know, somebody else is going to take possession of this. It needs to be already done, kind of thing, you know.
Already forgetting. Yeah, it's like the sale of a car. It's a special condition for a sale of a car, or is it any?
I don't think it's special. I think it's just automatic for every sale.
This is the most boring conversation.
I know. I'm so sorry, you guys. Like, we probably make it interesting, though. Let's be honest. We make boring conversation interesting. Someone bring up a random topic. We'll make it so cool. Like,
like, most people don't even live in these two states, so like literally don't care.
That's okay. I put my VODs
like trivia, though.
I put my VODs up on Twitch, especially this year. I was gonna do old ones, but then I realized they had music. I was like, oh fuck. So all of my 2024, like, this is going on YouTube, guys. Everybody say hi. This will be on YouTube in a few days.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure we'll get some comments.
I recently learned how to make clean VODs without like alert sounds and music. It's really, really nice. Because
is it an OBS thing or just like a video thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because having alerts was just like, oh my gosh. And then of course music, because you can't like edit, because you get like random like just not flow.
Well, the problem is all of the DMCA stuff started in 2020, and I have stuff from before that. So it was kind of like, well, shit, you know, we're listening to fucking, I'm like, who knows, Avril Lavigne or some shit. And I'm like, yeah, I can't put that up. That's just not great.
Well, Vel, come on now. Avril Lavigne.
I know. Like, who doesn't want to listen to Avril Lavigne? What is wrong with these people?
I'm just kidding. I'm not judging anyone. I listen to some random stuff too.
It's okay. For anyone not sure what's going on, like, we're talking about like how cold it is in chat right now, like in Sweden and Canada and others and Russia. So I mean, I've got all kinds of conversations going on right now. I just want y'all to know.
What is going on here?
Oh, you know you love it.
Like, if the if the government already knows what your taxes is, just
yeah, like, you know how much money I make. Bite me.
Like, what?
Like, you know I'm
This is the
poor.
most inefficient use of money, my lord.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is this game of chicken?
Wait a minute. What's going on in your stream? I should have been looking over there.
Oh, no, I'm just talking
Oh,
to,
okay.
to Swedish in your stream.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. Like, seriously, the way things are set up are just so like, it wouldn't be a big deal if, like, you know, these rules and things weren't like 50, 100 years old, but they're not gonna change them. Like, they're not. Let's be honest.
I mean, no judgment if you want to like have romance with your town goat, but I think that we need some updated laws.
Yeah. Like, do something that's, you know, helpful. You know, a little helpful, something. I'm like trying to figure out how to put this where it's not like.
I used to talk about this with coworkers back in the day, or when I worked in an office, but like I met this coworker who was from Boston, and he's like, yeah, our curfews are like no drinking laws, because they have like, or they used to have like state run liquor stores. Those were like dictated by like the fire marshal or something.
Oh my god.
And I was like, that seems a little strange.
And specific, you know, like, we don't have those. Like, can we not?
Yeah, like those are, you know, there's some states on the East Coast that are a little more conservative, and you'd have to like drive to a different state to get like booze or whatever. I don't know.
There was something about that with Alabama.
It makes no sense.
I don't remember what it was though, but I was like, what? Why? Like, what's the deal? You know, like I just did not understand.
Yeah, I was when I was hanging out with Ori at BlizzCon, she was like, it's really weird that you sell booze at your pharmacies. And I was like, wait, what? Where?
Yeah,
and
where?
And then you're like, oh yeah, like CVS and Walgreens, they totally sell booze. Like spirits. Like you can buy like tequila and stuff. It's just like locked up. But I was like, that's right.
See, the thing too, like, because in Alabama, you couldn't buy it on Sundays, and that was weird. Because, like, I mean, not that I buy booze, but like that's a definite thing. Like, you legitimately can't. I don't care who you are. Doesn't matter what age you are. You cannot buy booze on Sundays, and I thought that was the weirdest thing ever. But I literally hardly ever bought alcohol, so it was like I forgot about it sometimes. So I'd be like, wait, what? Every time I'd be like, oh, I can't buy anything today. Okay, why is it even on a shelf? But okay, yeah, whatever.
Well, there's like stores, because California, you can't buy or you can't drink in a bar past 2 a.m. But I think there are states where you can.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
there's no
I didn't
such
even
thing
know
as
that.
last call. Oh, you didn't know that about California?
No, but also be real. You were in the Frisco area, and you did all the party thingy, like people. I didn't hang out with those people. You remember? I still live in the middle of nowhere. I grew up in Bakersfield, guys. So if you look that up on a map,
bars, there was a period of time where I did drink. I don't know why, but
I mean, I've been to some gay bars and stuff around here, but like, I don't know. I just guess I don't stay up that late. I'm like, let's party, have some fun, woo, drink and dance, and okay, now we're done. I don't know.
To be fair, I was mostly the DD. I got my license at 22, and I was way too excited about driving.
Yeah, you're like, I'm not losing my license. Screw it.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved it. It was fun. I'm helping. I got healer brain early. It was my calling in life to be a helper.
I know, right? But let's be real though, like I'm a nice healer until you make me mad, and I've rubbed off on Elu. Like, if you guys have ever heard Elu like lose her shit and be like, I'm not healing you guys, she got that from me.
Yeah, there are two types of healers.
I'm not
there are no
that
others.
shit.
I was like, there are some extreme versions of that. And I'm just like, what is this punishment? Like, what are you gonna do if you're not healing someone?
Well, the problem is, like, so much shade on Faye right now. I love you, Faye. Like, when he gets mad, you know, he's like, stop healing him. I'm like, it doesn't matter if I heal them or not. They heal themselves. Like, what do you want me to do? You know, like, how am I gonna punish them? I can't exactly punish them. Like, if they...
Oh, yeah, as, like, discipline or, like,
Yeah.
Holy Paladin, you're like, well, I could flash heal and go, It's still gonna apply atonement. That's right. I don't know if it didn't at one point, but it does now.
For me, I'm gonna say new because they're new for me, was the because we were doing mythics, because that's all I can do. I don't even think I could raid. I could try, but I don't know if I could. But mythics, we were only doing up to 14s, but we were doing like the infinite whatevers, those things, and I don't even know how they work. And so I'm like trying to figure out how they work, and there was this ret paladin that was like doing all kinds of dumb shit. And Faye's just like, don't heal this guy. And I'm like, I don't think it fucking matters. Finally, we were on the last boss of one of them, like where the dragon and it's Chromie and you have to heal Chromie for a little bit. So like we were finally on that one and he got himself killed. But other than that, like I couldn't do anything with anything else. I'm just like, I'm just here. I don't even know what's going on. Okay.
Dude, if you ever do that one again, for Chromie, you can pain suppression her and she takes no damage.
That's if I'm on my priest though. I've been like really rocking my paladin though, but only because like I don't know what it is. Ever since I came back, like that's why I was like, oh my god, I need Elu to add me to guild and stuff because I was still in Space Force and I'm like, this is awkward. I'm just gonna leave. But yeah, my paladin's gotten everything. All the drops, all the things. I have not been missing anything. And I'm like, I was struggling so hard for gear on my priest that I gave up. I'm like, screw this. I am back to the paladin. Fuck yeah. You know? But I've really been enjoying it though. I have to admit. I'm even proud of Red. I've been holy and Red. I'm really proud of the things they've done. It's been so much fun. So yeah, we're back to the WoW talk, guys.
Got some more stuff going on even more recently too. So
like
it's a good...
I'm kind of jealous though because I know they've been giving discipline priests a lot of attention and I'm like, mommy. But
yeah, ever since last season where like there was only one comp, one healer, one tank, all that. And now like there's a couple of viable comps. Priest doesn't bring a lot to the table, but if you have like, I think it was like Demon Hunter and...
Only if you're my Demon Hunter, Elu. Oh my god. I love your
I need
Demon
to
Hunter.
level my Demon Hunter.
Oh, god.
But yeah, it's like Demon Hunter and something else. You have like interrupts covered and stuff like that because Priest doesn't have interrupts, which is stupid.
Still stupid, yeah.
I guess silence.
Yeah,
works.
woo.
I don't know, but that's Shadow. Just whatever, that's mean. Meanwhile, Mistweaver has like 3 things.
I was gonna say, don't talk to me about Mistweaver. Fuck those Mistweavers. Like I shouldn't be upset about it because my only horde character that I leveled to 70 is a Mistweaver. Or is she? No, she's Windwalker. But anyway, either way, I was like, I'm gonna be this over here, and like I'm just so unhappy with all the things that they're giving people that I'm like, this is really cool, and I don't play this often.
Mistweaver is actually really fun in keys. I tried to raid as Mistweaver and I really was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
There isn't much to do, I'll be honest. Like, they don't have enough buttons for anything. You're just kind of like, this is it, and I can help you when you all fuck up, and we need a big heal, but that's it. Like, I got nothing else. Whoa. That was, like, not the right thing. Oops. Anyway, how is your art coming? From what I'm seeing on my little thing, it looks really good.
Actually really good. I'm kind of like bopping away, but yeah.
I'm derping away over here, but you know.
It's always nice to do it with someone because I can actually find some motivation. Because I love doing landscapes and architecture, but man,
I have like so many.
It's hard to get started some days.
I'm trying to find more like work parties where it's like, yeah, like not for streaming specifically, but like just specifically to be like in Discord to have somebody to talk to while you work. I was trying for that, but nobody really showed up. So I was like, man, this sucks. I just don't want someone to talk to. So mostly I've just been watching other people stream and doing my work on the side like usual. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you ever
But
find some interested people, send them my way.
for what? Which one?
Just for work parties,
Oh yeah,
like
I think we
Discord work
should do
parties.
something with like either Countess
Oh
or
my
there's a couple
god,
people.
yeah.
I know she loves talking about her work and stuff like that. We did one a while ago, a long time ago. I pinged you in Discord, by the way, just really quick.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, it's been
Oh,
like the
oh
first
yeah,
stream of the year,
absolutely.
so it's kind of like a little
The catch up. This is what it is.
yeah. But I love that you're doing this again and you're able to do, which is kind of nice.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, I have my schedule and stuff, but like Shiva in particular, if you didn't know, just got herself a full-time job, so she will not be streaming as much. But regardless, I was like,
Ooh, we should do it with Shiva too.
whenever people are available, like you guys let me know about dual streams and collabs because I'm all for it, even if it's not on my schedule because again, I live in the mountains. Unless something particular comes up and I'm like down at the bottom with grandma helping her out, yeah, I'm always available. So just hit me up whenever and it's totally easy peasy.
Yeah, I did mention this, but I think it'd be fun to share this with chat too. Like I'm gonna make a list and you can do this too, Vel. Because I'm sure I'll forget. But I'll make a list of people we can do like 3 or 4 person hangout with just to chill and draw
Yeah,
with
like
because I miss those.
it doesn't have to be anything. For me, it was like I scheduled it on Discord, and it was like, okay, it's gonna be this day every week. Like it was like I think on a Monday or something, but it was like every this hour, I'll be here. If anyone wants to do just hang out, and like nobody would ever show up, but I was still there. Like I was there hanging out in Discord. So, um, yeah, I was like, I honestly feel like this would help some people, but I don't know where the people went.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh man. For I love it. But I'm personally gonna go raid Softlax. She has been my holy priest and recently Discord discipline priest mentor through
Oh,
Liquid Women in Warcraft.
fancy.
She is amazing. It's been like the last year or so. If you aren't already in the Liquid Women in Warcraft Discord, definitely check them out. She is doing I think she's doing keys, but she's a multi-class healer. She plays every healer in WoW at 3K plus. So I'm gonna go raid her because I never get to watch her streams. Thank you guys so much. I love you, Vel. This was
I
so
love you
great.
too. Oh my god.
I did say that we should do this. I don't know if every week is possible because I
No,
know that
but
things
at
get
least
crazy,
like
but
if we could
on the
schedule stuff
regular.
occasionally, that'd be cool.
Absolutely. And also feel free to stay in Vel's stream. I know that she's probably gonna keep working. But yeah, we're gonna stream or we're gonna do the drawing event in our Void Discord on Sunday, and then the Crown Arts event on Monday.
So, and hopefully I will
But
see
I'll
you guys in
see you
Elu
soon.
stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. It was fun to hang out.
Absolutely.
A good one, guys.
Bye.
Spell. Spell. It's good to see you.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that, and so how quickly too, you were like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh yeah. Like I know it's really nice that you wait and stuff, but I was like,
Oh yeah,
I'm
no, no, no,
ready. I'm
no.
actually ready.
Yeah, no, I was very much like making sure because I was like, no offense, there's always a problem. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait and make sure everything's fine with her. When everything's fine with her, then I'll stream. Like, I'm not even concerned right now, So yeah, it doesn't bother me. I just know that when it comes to us, it's a you first thing. I will always make sure your stuff's working.
I will see you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, for everyone still sitting here, let's see. I think I'm going to finish up this hand. We got pretty far, actually. I wasn't sure if I should even do line art, but like, yeah. Yeah, we'll finish up this hand and then we'll call it. So like, for example, thank you to all those new people who showed up. I stream Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays per schedule. But I don't just do art. I do a lot of book reading. We do gaming. I haven't done gaming this year yet. But for anyone who wants to nerd out with me for like a second, I've been playing Return to Moria, which showed up on Epic Games. So I have been a dwarf mining away for like I'm so into this game, you guys. It's not even funny. So this is the only game I have been playing. But I have an actual journal that I keep, not necessarily because, like, originally, yeah, the maps were hard to read, but now I'm at a point where I'm like, I need to remember where, like, these piles of, like, iron and gold and silver are. So I ended up, like, journaling and, like, kind of writing where, like, I drew the map and I put down where everything was so that I could find it later. Like, I'm so into this game, it's crazy. But yeah, it's a little insane. Let me follow this person real quick. That way I can find them later. Oh, okay, let's go back to this. So anyways, hero. Delving away in the mines all the time. And then I have me a little buddy that his name is Forrest. He's a VTuber. He's a dwarf VTuber. And like I'll watch him play and like he'll do something or he'll make mistakes or like get himself killed and I'll be like, okay, don't do that. It's so funny because I'll tell him to, I'll be like, dude, I watched you do this and I made sure not to do that. But it can be super, super fun. It is such an enveloping game. Oh my god. Don't think that. Yeah, I was like, I know that finger's long, but it ain't that long. Oh man. So, if you aren't playing that game, I highly recommend it. Once I can eventually find my way off of it, I may come back to WoW to be able to do some more mythics. Because that's kind of all I do right now is just run mythics with my buddy Faye. So aside from this stuff, let's see, because today is not a normal stream day. Today's Friday. We will have the journal, my Hobbit journal, posted this Sunday. And then the week after that is going to be, you guys can actually see the tree that I keep talking about on YouTube. The tree that fell at my grandpa's place. That one will be the week after. We'll do a mountain vlog. So you guys can actually see my awkward mountain living, I swear. But that's all I have planned for the next 2 weeks. Other than, of course, yeah, just doing commissions. My commissions are open. You can find it on my webpage, blah, 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 all the things. So I'll be trying to finish up these 3 pieces, the Lavia, Alexstrasza. That'll be my first Alex piece ever. I've been waiting so long to try and do a piece of her. And then, yeah, Asana, Alexstrasza, and Lavia. Then I'm not sure after that, just because that's really too far in advance. I don't know yet, but we'll keep doing the art thing. But yeah, I know a lot of you were also doing art on your own at the side. We do have a Discord if you would like to join and post your stuff. A lot of times people will come in and just post what they've worked on, other streamers, people from my stream team, whatever, because they work on a lot of really cool art. So yeah, like feel free to join and share your stuff, blah, blah, blah. I say blah, blah, blah a lot, by the way, if you didn't figure that out. What's your favorite part of drawing process? I've learned to love the line art, specifically from Ilu and Mishi, but honestly, the rendering really is like my bae. I love being able to put in the effects and the details and make it look like how I want to. That's kind of what got me into digital art to begin with. I have a graphic novel that I want to make, but because I was a writer before this, I was a writer on MySpace, guys, like back in the day, you know, those role players. But when I would write my stories, people wouldn't give me like good responses, and I was like, man, I can write a whole story all on my own, and it'd be 10 times better than what these people are sending me. So that's how I got into that, and I started watching this person on Twitch. Her name is 𝐃𝐮𝐚𝐥, by the way. I could probably give her a shout out, even though she'd be like, who the hell is that? There it is. So I watched this lady draw her webcomic, and she has amazing art as well when she does rendering stuff. But she had a Cintiq, and that's how I learned about digital art, was through her. I bought mine because that's what she was using. And actually, the piece that this is being redrawn from, my Asana piece, I actually sent this to her, and she gave me a video feedback. It's somewhere in her YouTube archive. But yeah, she gave me like all of the typical things that I thought were not wrong with it, but like the things that I could improve upon. And it was just like, yeah, awesome. So 𝐃𝐮𝐚 was like my introduction into like how this is viable. And yeah, so I personally just like the rendering part, because then you can do all the details and it's really pretty. But I am like secondary loving line art. If I can get my line to do what I want it to, that'd be great. Or I could just do that. Sometimes doing it backwards helps. But yeah, I do miss my Photoshop. I miss my Cintiq. I really need to get back to it. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do up here. As for my mountain stuff, for you new people, so this used to be my family vacation home back in the day. But as things have changed and, you know, prices, economy, all that stuff, it ended up having to, out of necessity, become my actual home. So I'm here. A lot of times I will go to my grandmother's down in the city, which is a 3-hour drive, actually. And I'll hang out with her. Grammy is my best friend. We are retirement buddies. I say retirement as in like I've retired from working for other people. I'm over that. I used to work at Panera, so I did my time. I served my soul sentence, as I should say, and totally done with that. So the only thing that irritated with me, Panera, was just that I kept having to teach all of these children, and I say children as in like general managers, how to do their jobs. And I'm like, you know, you should pay me, honestly, because these people can't do their job. and I got tired of it. So food service is like great. I recommend everybody do it once in their life just to understand what a pain in the butt it is, and then go do your real thing. So for me, that was that. I did my service. I did my real life service to people in the world, and now I am doing my own thing. And happy to meet others that want to do the same. Also, I'm sorry if I keep knocking off my camera. My hair is in a bun, in a clip, and yeah. My camera is pretty high, but not high enough, and I keep hitting it with my head. I'm sorry. It's all me. Oops, now there goes my iPad being weird. It took a while. But I promised you it would. But yeah, feel free to join Discord, find some other artists to hang out with, etc. You can join Elu's as well. I know Elu has one. Yeah, like my best recommendation for anyone looking to do this kind of thing or this kind of job, like find friends in the same thing, because when you have people who have the same passions as you, it's like me with Elu. You can talk to somebody about something and know you're not going to be judged for it, or you're not going to be mistreated for it. Like a lot of people are always, the same thing. Oh, you're an artist, so you're unemployed. No, I actually do make money. It's not a lot, but I make money. This is a job. So for anyone who doesn't have somebody to talk to about this kind of stuff, feel free to join our communities. Like we're very supportive of other artists. So please do. Other than that, yeah, I hope you enjoyed my line art of Asuna. I usually don't like to show my line art because I feel like it's boring. And here's my discipline priest. So, big wow people here, but we like all kinds of things. So if that's your jam, absolutely hang out. But yeah, next stream will be on Sunday. I'm going to get out of here and get some food because I'm kind of dying. And yeah, Dad's also back in from goofing off outside. So if you guys have any mountain questions, by the way, definitely ask, because I'm actually working on a YouTube video that answers all of the mountain questions, which is super silly, but we're getting there. We'll work on it. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Thank you for showing us. Yeah, no problem. we're the sharing type. We like to share stuff here. So that works for me. Let me see if I can't find somebody to raid. I have not been able to raid anybody because there's just nobody that streams when I stream. But I also don't stream on Fridays, so there's so many people online right now. What is this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I want to see if we can get some more art. There's a cure. If you guys want to see the best simple, I shouldn't say simple because she has so many layers. Environments, landscapes, 𝐶hlor is gorgeous. You want to see some gorgeous art? Oh my god, gorgeous. Let me raid 𝐶hlor. I need to stop fangirling over all of my friends. This is ridiculous. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining. I'm so happy to meet so many new people, especially if you're also artists. I mean, come on. More people to nerd out with. But yeah, I love you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Mwah! Goodbye.